In this video, you're going to learn how to graph rational functions in the form ax plus b over cx plus d, and we're going to go through three examples together. So let's dive into this first example. If we want to graph y equals 3x plus 1 over x minus 2, the first thing I like to do is look at the denominator and figure out what x cannot be. So by setting this equal to 0, I can see that x cannot equal 2 because 2 minus 2 is 0, and we can't divide by 0, that's undefined. So that tells me that I have a vertical asymptote right here at x equals 2. Now, for the horizontal asymptote, I look at the ratio of the coefficients, the numbers that come in front of the variable x. So it's going to be the ratio of a divided by c. So in this case, it's going to be 3 divided by 1, which is 3. So I get a horizontal asymptote right here at y equals 3. Now you might be saying, Mario, you know, why do you get a horizontal asymptote at y equals 3? Why is it the ratio of the coefficients? And the idea is here, and you learn a little bit more about this as you get further on in math, but as x gets bigger and bigger, like say if x was $1 million, if I gave you $1 million and you spent $2, you'd still pretty much have like $1 million, right? And same thing here, like if x is $1 million, that'd be like 3 million. If somebody gave you another $1, you'd say, well, it's still roughly about 3 million. So what happens is, as x gets very large, the 1 and the 2 here, they don't really, you know, they're constants, they don't really change, they don't really have, you know, much effect on the overall value of this fraction. So it just basically becomes 3x divided by 1x. You can see the x's would cancel and you would just get 3 over 1, which is 3. So again, what that means is as x gets really big, as you go way to the right here, you're getting close to this horizontal asymptote of 3. Same thing if x was a really big negative number, as you go way to the left, you would also get closer to that ratio of 3 over 1. So that's a little understanding. It's called limits as you get further in math. Once you get the asymptotes set up here, I like to pick some points that are on either side of the vertical asymptotes. And since it was at 2, let me pick some points over here, maybe like -1 and 0 might be some good points. And then maybe 3 and 4 would be some good points. Now you can pick more, you know, usually 3 points, usually like 6 points is ideal, like 3 on either side. But I think for this example, I'll just do 4. So if I plug in -1, I get -3 plus 1 is -2. -1 minus 2 is -3. So this comes out to 2/3. Okay. And so if I put 0 in, I just get -1/2. If I put 3 in, I get 10 over 1, which is 10. And if I get 4 in, I get 13 over 2, which is about 6.5. Okay, so plotting these points, -1. Oh, let's see, I put in -1, didn't I? Let me put in a +1. So +1, let's see, that would be 4 over -1, which is -4. Okay, so at 1, we're at -4. 1, 2, 3, 4 would be right about here. Let's see, 0 was -1/2, which is right about here. -1 was at 2/3, which is right about here. Okay, so you can see that the graph's kind of going like this. See, it approaches both asymptotes, okay, kind of curving. And then over here we've got 3, 10, which is way up here. Let's just say 4, 2, 3, 4, 6.5 is like over. So basically this branch is kind of going like this, roughly, okay, going a little bit off the graph. But it's approaching both asymptotes, and you can see here that this is what's called a hyperbola, two of these branches here. And then the domain would be all real numbers except for this vertical asymptote, so x cannot be 2. Or if you're in interval notation, you could say from -infinity to 2, and then from 2 to +infinity. The range would be all real numbers, okay, but the y value can't be 3, so y cannot be 3. Or if you're in interval notation, you could say -infinity to 3, and then union from 3 to +infinity. Okay, for number 2 now there's another way to do these problems, and your teacher might show you this technique where there's a variable x in the numerator like this, and you're dividing by like x plus something or x minus something. You can actually do long division or synthetic division to put it into this form, y equals a over x minus h plus k. And I talk about how to graph rational functions in this form once you get it into this form in another video. But for this video, let's just kind of talk about setting the denominator to 0, because you can't divide by 0, so that means x cannot be -4. That gives us our vertical asymptote right here at x equals -4. The ratio of the coefficients A over C, that's y equals 1. That's our horizontal asymptote. That's right here. Remember, y equals lines are horizontal lines. And then what I would do is I'd pick some points on either side of that vertical asymptote. The reason being because when you get close to the asymptote, it's either going to go up towards positive infinity or down towards negative infinity. You can't go through the vertical asymptote because then you'd be dividing by 0, which is undefined. So let's maybe pick -6, -5, -3, -2. I'm just picking a couple on either side to get a general feel for this graph. So if I put -6 in, I get -7 over -2, so that's 3.5. If I put -5 in, I get -6 over -1, which is 6. If I put -3 in, I get, let's see, what would that be? That'd be -4 over 1, which is -4. If I put -2 in, I get -3 over 2. Okay, so if we plot these points, -6, 3.5 would be right about here. -5, 6 would be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right about here. Okay, so you can see this branch kind of goes something like this. And then -3, -4 would be somewhere down about here. And -2, -3 halves, which is a -1.5, is right about here. So this branch would look something like this. Now you could find some more points. You could also find the y-intercept by setting x equal to 0. That would be -1/4. The x-intercept would be right here at 1 because that makes the y equal to 0. And so you could plot some more points, but the basic idea is to pick some points on either side of the vertical asymptote, and you can get a good sketch of your graph. So domain on this one, all real numbers, all reals, but x cannot be -4 because then you'd be dividing by 0, or you could say -infinity to -4 and from -4 to positive infinity. The range would be all real numbers, but y cannot be 1, or if you're in interval notation, -infinity to 1 and from 1 to positive infinity. Let me erase the whiteboard. Let's do one last example. See if you can do this one on your own and we'll go through it together. Okay, see if you can pause the video and do number 3 on your own and we'll go through it together. While you're doing that problem, I want to let you know that I've got an Algebra 1 and an Algebra 2 video course for sale to help you with these types of problems. So if you're interested in learning more with me about how to go through an Algebra 1 or Algebra 2 / college algebra class, check out my video course. I've got some free previews that you can take a look at to see if it's a good fit for you, but I go through the concepts, sample problems, and I give you some problems you can practice on your own that we go through together as well. So check those out. It's a good resource. But for number 3 here, what you can do is, again, set the denominator to 0 because we can't divide by 0. That's undefined. So if I do that, and I add 1 to both sides, and I divide both sides by 2, I can see that I don't want x to be 1/2 because that would make our denominator 0, which is undefined. So right here, I'm going to draw a dashed or dotted line, x equals 1/2. The ratio of the coefficients in front of the variables x here, that's going to be our horizontal asymptote. That's going to be y equals 2. So that's going to be right here. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick some values on either side of the vertical asymptote. So I might pick 0 and -1, and maybe 1 and 2. Okay, so I put 0 in, I get -2. If I put -1 in, I get -4 plus 2 is -2 over -3, so that's 2/3. If I put 1 in, I get 6 over 1, which is 6. If I put 2 in, I get 10 over 3, which is 10/3 or 3 1/3. Okay, let's plot these points. So 0, -2 is right about here. -1, 2/3 is right about here. Okay, so you can see this branch is kind of something like this. And then 1/6 would put us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right about here. And 2, 3 1/3 would put us right about here. So that's the other branch of our hyperbola. And you've got a good graph. Now, if you want the domain, it's going to be all real numbers, but x cannot be 1/2. In interval notation, it would be from -infinity to 1/2, union 1/2 to positive infinity. The range would be all real numbers, but y cannot be 2, or in interval notation, negative infinity to 2 and 2 to positive infinity. Again, not including 2, not including infinity. So great job if you're able to follow this video. If you want more practice working in a more general sense with any type of a rational function, I go through that in that video right there. Follow me to that video. We'll get some more practice, and I'll show you how to graph all different types of rational functions. I'll see you there.